The time is 9:02.
This WOON AM and FM forecast brought to you by Blaze Insurance, where choice and service matter for over 100 years. Visit online at blazeinsurance.com or call 725-0070 for a free quote today. Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 39 degrees and a breeze from the west. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 20 degrees. Sunday's weather, mostly sunny skies, high of 33. Sunday night, a slight chance of some snow showers after midnight. Won't amount to anything, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 21, calm wind. Monday, Washington's birthday, mostly cloudy skies all day, high of 40. Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 46. Wednesday, there's a chance of some rain after 10 a.m., cloudy skies all day, 42 degrees for a high, and chance of rain is 50% Wednesday. Wednesday night, a chance of some rain is 60%, maybe ending as snow overnight. Thursday, partly sunny skies, high of 40. Thursday night, a chance of some snow, mostly cloudy and overnight low of 23. And on Friday, a 50-50 chance of some snow, mostly cloudy with a high of 37 degrees. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, it's 28 degrees.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin, Rhode Island's only sports talk radio show on Saturday mornings at this time. I'm Kevin Callahan and I am joined, not in studio, but at home by Pat Holland. Pat, good morning. How are you?
Not hearing you, Pat.
Not hearing you, Pat.
How's that, better?
Oh, yeah, now I can. Okay, good morning. How are you, Pat?
Doing good. Doing good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's would you like to? I'll give everyone just a quick update, and Pat, we couldn't be thrilled with your update, but for the people that just don't know, please let us know what's going on. Pat, you seem to have frozen right now. Let's see, we got able to broadcast from. Oh, and are you there, Pat? Pat, your picture is frozen right now. So I'll continue. I'll give the update. We'll work on getting him unfrozen. But Pat had liver transplant surgery last. Now you're back. Okay, welcome back, Pat.
Yeah, geez, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I had liver cirrhosis. Really started to decline pretty quick, and ultimately needed to have a transplant done, which was kind of up in the air. And luckily enough, we got the call last Sunday. I had the transplant on Monday, and everything's going great. The surgery went really well, and just a matter of recovering now and taking it easy. So.
Yeah, no, it's just absolutely thrilled for you. Welcome back, and Dave, the owner here at the station, we're able to set this up where we can see you. You're at home, resting comfortably for the next few weeks, and you're able to do all your sports research for the show as well. So that's probably the most important thing, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So all right. So let's just jump into things. And Pat, you and I have noticed over the past few weeks, we've actually picked up many new viewers on WOON Facebook page, on YouTube at ON Worldwide. We've picked up a lot of listeners, and we are so thankful for that. So we're just going to do a quick 1 minute word on our format. Because WOON Radio, it's a local station here in Woonsocket. To that end, we like to highlight the local sports stories that showcase local athletes, their accomplishments. We do a quick summary of the 4 local Division I colleges, their happenings, followed by updates, say, from the New England Lightning, of the ABA, Providence Bruins, Worcester Red Sox, RIFC, some of the Rhode Island Summer Collegiate Baseball teams. After our first break, we get into all the other sports, tackling the Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox, Celtics, whatever else is going on around the area. And we always want to hear from the fans and the listeners and the viewers at 401-766-1240. So again, with that said, let's go around Rhode Island and New England like we always do and get you caught up. And For the first time this winter, Woonsocket High School senior Shamrock Thune took over the top spot in the national rankings for the boys' 25-pound weight, doing so at RITCA's last chance qualifier last Sunday in Providence. The Kennesaw State University commit won the event with a throw of 82 feet, 3 inches that not only outdistanced his season best by 14 inches, but was also 4.5 inches better than the one turned in 2 months ago by the previous top-ranked thrower, East Greenwich High senior Ryan Evans, who took second place in Sunday's meet with a throw of 78 and change. Thune, who is the defending state champion, the owner of her personal best throw of 82, 6 1/4, and Evans are expected to slug it out for the state title this morning back in the Providence facility. Congratulations. And, Pat, how many times have we mentioned Shamrock Thune on this program?
Yeah, the kid's a beast.
Yeah, he really is.
Especially in this field of, the specialty for him. So.
Absolutely.
All right, over in Cumberland, senior Matt Fontaine, he broke his school record in the boys indoor long jump during the RITCA's last chance qualifier on Sunday afternoon at the Providence Technical Academy Fieldhouse. Fontaine took second place with a leap of 22 feet, 2 inches, that shattered the original record, which was set 15 years ago by Ryan Ray, 7.5 inches. Fontaine, who also holds the school record in the indoor 55-meter hurdles at 7.63 seconds, will be one of the athletes to watch at today's state meet, which starts at 2 p.m. over at PTA.
All right, and Lincoln High School team that we've been following all year since we covered, Pat, you and I covered the Christmas tournament, has had an up and down last 4 games after starting the season 18-0, but still find themselves in a very favorable position for the playoffs. After losing their first game of the season 66-65 last week, they rebounded with a victory over Cranston West, setting up a number 1 versus 2 rematch versus Barrington. Lincoln won the first game earlier in the year, giving Barrington their only loss of the season, 53-42. Barrington got revenge Wednesday night, 54-37. And last night, Lincoln took on number 7 Portsmouth, and Portsmouth got their revenge on Lincoln with a 64-48 victory, dropping Lincoln to 19-3 on the season. Despite the 3 losses, Lincoln still holds the number 2 seed in Division I as they await their playoff opponent, which very well could be Portsmouth again, assuming Portsmouth gets by East Providence. In other high school playoff bracketology, if everything stays as is, Cumberland will play Hendricken in Division I. In Division II, Burrillville will play at Coventry, and in Division III, North Smithfield has secured the number 2 seed and a bye in the first round. On the girls' side, in Division II, Lincoln will play at East Greenwich, Cumberland will play at Coventry, and in Division III, Woonsocket will play the Central Falls Blackstone Valley Prep Co-op, and Burrillville will play at Providence Country Day. On the ice, Cumberland will play South Kingstown West Greenwich Co-op, and Lincoln will await their opponent as a number 2 seed in Division II. Burrillville's co-op team will take on Hendricken in Division I.
And over to Providence College, the men's hoop dropped another tough one on the road to Seton Hall Wednesday, dropping their record to 11-14 on the season. They will host number 17 St. John's today at the Amp at 1 p.m. The PC women have won 2 in a row to get their record to 12-14. They will play this afternoon at Georgetown with a 2 o'clock tip-off. And on the ice, the number 7 Friars saw their 9-game winning streak end, dropping a 4-2 decision last night to Northeastern at home in a game in which broke Northeastern 27-11. Friars, who have been the hottest team in the country, they have to make sure this is just a hiccup as they look to finish the season riding high going into the Hockey East playoffs. Quick turnaround is on tap as these same 2 teams will face again with each other at 5:30.
And across the city at Brown, the men's basketball team dropped a tough one at Harvard last night, 56-53, dropping their record to 7-15. They play at Dartmouth tonight at 6. The Lady Bears have won 2 in a row, including a 58-51 victory at home last night over Dartmouth to improve to 14-7. They will host Harvard tonight at 5 o'clock. And on the ice, Brown outshot Harvard 48-41 and used the shootout to get the extra point in a 3-2 victory in a very trying season for the Bears, as they've only won 4 games this year. They host Dartmouth at Meehan Auditorium this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
And down at URI, the 14-2 Rams dropped a 75-70 decision to George Washington on Tuesday. They host Fordham at the Ryan Center today at 12. The women continue to be unbeatable, running their record this week to 22-2 overall, 13-0 in conference. a 74-43 and 85-42 victory this week. However, they still can't crack the top 25, so they sit at number 27. Then next play George Mason today at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, just really quick on that. It's just amazing how tough or how not respected the Atlantic 10 is, because the Lady Rams just cannot crack the top 25. So to the other end of the state, the Bryant men's team has struggled this season to an 8-17 record after losing to UMass Lowell on Thursday night. 88-69. The Bulldogs are in Vermont today for a 2 o'clock tip-off. The Lady Bulldogs have fared better this season with a 17-8 record after their 77-36 drubbing of UMass Lowell at home Thursday night. They stay home for their matchup today at 4 o'clock versus Vermont.
And the 13-1 New England Lightning of the ABA of just 4 games remaining before the playoffs begin. 3 of them on the road as they take on New Hampshire tomorrow in New Hampshire. Last home game before playoffs, the Lightning will be next Saturday at 6 o'clock versus the Dogs. We're expected to have his guest next week, President of Basketball Operations and General Manager of the New England Lightning, Paul Rogers, should be on to discuss the upcoming playoff format of the 30 league team.
Yeah, that should be pretty interesting. We were talking on the way in.
It all works.
Yeah, exactly. Providence Bruins goaltender Luke Cavallin stopped 25 shots to help the Providence Bruins top the Hartford Wolfpack 2-1 in a shootout for their 10th straight victory last Saturday night at the People's Bank Arena. Forward Brett Harrison tallied in regulation while Georgi Merkulov scored the lone goal of the shootout. The Providence Bruins improved to 35-8-1 on the season. They travel to Bridgeport to take on the Islanders tonight. Puck drop is set for 5. They return home against the same Islanders tomorrow afternoon at the Amp for a 3:05 game. And
Kevin, I don't know if you know this, but 1 week from tonight, your favorite sport kicks back in. The New England Revolution will begin its 31st MLS season. It's an interesting one, as they will be the last year under the old spring-fall format. The MLS will be switched to the fall-spring format beginning later this calendar year.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Fact how they're really not going to have any time off starting next week for about a year and a half.
Yeah, and it'll be in line with basically the European leagues.
Right. Okay, and RIFC making some news ahead of their March 7th opening game in Pawtucket. The president of RIFC, David Pert, he's out. Sean Carey will take over in the interim as they begin a search for a new president. Weird timing when they brought David on last year. And this is also just weird timing with just 3 weeks before the season begins. So, you got the news release. I got it as well, Pat. Yeah, just weird timing on RISC and David Pert, who's been a guest on our show.
Yeah, several times.
Right, exactly. So we'll see if we can get the new president on when he comes in. So, okay, so when we come back, do you have any leftover Patriots thoughts from the Super Bowl? Thoughts on the Red Sox and the moves they made or didn't make? Jason Tatum, there's some interesting news maybe on him. The conspiracy theorists are out there. And are you watching the Olympics? Give us a call, 401-766 1240, and you can join us in the cheap seats.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
At North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care, you'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who'll diagnose your minor illness or injury. Their services include treatment for flu, fractures, rashes, ITU infections, and work-related injuries, plus physicals, vaccinations, and drug screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, Great Road, North Smithfield, and Lincoln Urgent Care, Wake Robin Road, Lincoln. X-ray and lab on premises.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
Bringing over 3 decades of experience to every home improvement project, Moran Corporation, formerly A.J. Moran, combined traditional craftsmanship with modern techniques to deliver results that stand the test of time. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5, Moran Corporation has seasoned firewood for just $165 for half a cord and $300 for a full cord of wood. And what better place to put that firewood than a new fireplace made out of veneer stone with granite mantles. Contact Jack Moran at 781-267-8920 for information about these fireplaces, firewood, and other home improvement ideas, or visit their new website at morancorporation.com. As always, Moran Corporation continues transforming your property with expert hardscaping.
WOON Woonsocket Radio, ON, AM, and FM.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan along with Pat Holland. How's it going, Pat? Hopefully, audio a little bit choppy, but we're hearing you. So overall, pretty good as we give this a test run today.
Yeah, we'll work out the kinks.
Absolutely, but it's great having you there, and that might be your home studio for the next several weeks anyway. So, no, this is great that Dave was able to make this happen for us. So, all right, so Pat, I know it's been talked to death all over the airways this past week, but the Super Bowl. No one's got our take yet. So what was your take? All season long, we didn't really recap the previous week's games, but I think the Super Bowl is just a little bit different. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think first, we had talked about during the show that we thought Pats had to win it on the offensive and defensive line, and that clearly didn't happen.
Right.
I think Campbell certainly was hurt and never really fully rehabbed. It was obvious during the playoffs, and I think most of these teams took advantage of it. It was like blood in the water, and so Drake was never able to really allow him to get settled in, and I think the game just sped up, and it just they never made any adjustments on that left side, which not really should have done, but
I mean, I agree with you. Initially, I had so many disappointments. I agree. I still think Will Campbell was hurt. But you said the word adjustments, and right away, I was most disappointed in, I think, Josh McDaniels, because of the extra long halftime that you get. You get, 45 minutes at halftime, and the Patriots were getting the ball to start the second half, only trailing 9-0. And I'm like, okay, first half struggles, I think they only had 2 or 3 first downs in the first half. Anyway, the struggles, and then they came out with just 0 halftime adjustments, and I don't understand if they knew that, that Campbell and the left side were getting beat, why they just didn't design more screens, more 3-step drop back, get the passing game open that way. That was my biggest disappointment, is just 0 adjustments, Pat.
Yeah, I think they tried to, but it was just the pressure was just there. When they did block the left side, they were coming from up the middle. The offensive line just didn't look good all around. I think it sped his game up. He was never able to really get comfortable, even when he was throwing the screens and taking the first read. His throws were rushed, off. Yeah, it's almost like he was off his mark.
Well, I mean,
there were a couple of plays that he was able to get to his wide receiver, but it was like throwing behind them, so he had to pick back for it, or and he just didn't look right. Clearly he was injured in that Denver game, and
Right. No,
It is what it is.
yeah, no, yeah. Does the shoulder? Yeah, how much did the shoulder play into it? He admitted that he had a pain shot. Was it either halftime or before the game? Now I'm forgetting. The other thing is as well is the defense is getting a lot of credit. But I want to take a step back. Don't forget the MVP was Kenneth Walker, a running back who ran for 135 yards. He was carving out the Patriots defense at a 4.5 yard per carry rate. So I mean, the Patriots offensive line, the Patriots skill players weren't particularly good. The Patriots defensive line, I wasn't thrilled with them. They weren't able to stop the run. They put some pressure on Darnold, but in my opinion, not enough. And they didn't cause any turnovers in the game either. Now, the defensive skill players, your Christian Gonzalez, I thought was, and I'm very hard on cornerbacks. I just am. I thought Gonzalez is absolutely incredible that game.
Yeah,
he was the only one though.
Yeah, well, I think Walker, he did most of his damage on the outside.
Right.
So, but I do agree, they did create pressure, but when they were able to get to Darnold, they didn't get him down.
Right.
It was almost like they were in that 216 or whatever the case may be. They did play well.
Yeah.
They tipped the way, right? We're going to hold you between the
right. No, they and maybe I shouldn't say they were bad. The whole the defense as a whole was good. Again, it was 9-0. Going into the fourth quarter, they were good, holding them to the field goals, and definitely more blame goes on the offensive side, and that's why I go to the coaching when you have basically an all rookie left side, a second year quarterback. That's why I go to Josh McDaniels, who, Mr. Design, he does the offense. He sees things that nobody else can see. I'll go so far as to say with the Patriots offense in the playoffs as a whole wasn't that great. Josh McDaniels may even cost himself a potential head coaching interview or opportunity if that was even on the agenda or his personal agenda for the offseason.
Right.
So
yeah, sure. I did look up the stat, and I think I had heard it that Drake May threw for more yards than any quarterback.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. I knew he's
30-something yards.
His numbers.
Quarter alone.
I
he didn't do anything in the first, second, third quarter.
Exactly. So it's and you know how stats can get manipulated too.
Obviously defense by that time is probably less pressure.
Right.
He did make some good throws. But his throws just didn't look
right
to me. Even downfield, where most of the season he was pretty accurate. Well, he seemed to be a little off.
He missed Hooper, who was wide open on a play. He did hit Mac Hollins on a nice catch where he threaded the needle. But I mean, that's it. When you can remember each specific good play, that's the issue there as well. Go ahead.
You got to remember, we talked about this team back in September.
Right.
It was they're gonna win 7 games. This and that. I mean, nobody thought they were going to win 14.
Right.
Make it to the playoffs, and certainly make it to the Super Bowl. So I told this to my brother. Maybe it's just where I'm at right now in life. This is the first time I've watched any game that the Patriots have been involved in that I wasn't emotionally it didn't really matter to me.
It's weird, and what's funny is I came up with a little theory because the Facebook keyboard warriors are out there and anti-Patriot people, and they were saying a couple of guys out there, for all you Patriots fans that are just happy that they're there, I thought this was Title Town, I thought this, I thought that. If you have any thoughts on the Patriots, give us a call 401-766-1240. We do want to hear from you in the cheap seats. But this was different. When the Pats went 16-0, I expected them to win the Super Bowl. That's why that was a huge disappointment. This was different. You mentioned the expectation. Yes, I still expected them to win, but the disappointment wasn't there at the end of the game for me like it was, other years that they lost the Super Bowls. It just because of the expectations going into the season were minimal. If they made the playoffs, again, like you said, back in September when we were doing our little preview, if this goes right, they might make a wild card. We never even mentioned the Super Bowl. If we did, we were obviously laughing and joking and not very smart about it. So,
I think you take a step back and you look at they bring in Vader. He's created a much better culture.
Yep.
These guys get up for him. Even the video showed after the game where he's meeting the guys that are coming in. Head up, we need you. Keep sure these guys know it hurts now. You're like, it's just a completely different mentality.
Yeah.
Bill.
No, and he's brought respectability and actually pride back to the Patriots organization, which had been lost the last couple of years under the last year of Belichick. Obviously, Gerard Mayo wasn't able to command that type of respect that Vrabel was able to step in on day one. And command it, and rightfully, Mike Vrabel gets Coach of the Year. Verbal, right? Not Vrabel.
He's probably learned from some of his mistakes. And even when they flew back, they came back to Gillette. He's off the bus thanking the fans that are there.
Yeah.
Giving hugs, taking pictures with them. Could you imagine Bill Belichick doing?
No, absolutely not. Reluctantly, he may have waved his hand one time. That would be about it. But no, Vrabel him.
We know that their first challenge last year was to rebuild the offensive line.
Right.
They take Campbell. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he needs to recover from this and get his strength back. And now the next phase is we're going to continue to keep growing that offensive line. Maybe get a little bit more talent. Around Drake, who's staying, who's going. See how things progress. I would expect them to be competitive next year for sure.
Absolutely. No, it's a couple of people said, the experts said, they expect Campbell to be fine, more ex-players than the quote-unquote experts. The ex-players have come out and said Campbell will be fine. Again, recovering from the injury. He was on the IR just 3-4 weeks ago, and may have come back too soon. He was the best option at left tackle this year. I love the people that say, just draft an elite left tackle at number 31. If there's an elite left tackle, he's not going to drop the number 31.
And his grades all season, up until the point where he got hurt,
right,
were great.
Yeah, no, he was fine. And then in the playoffs, I guess his arm shrunk. What's that?
He held his own.
Yeah, he did.
For the most part. He got exposed a little bit against Garrett. I mean, who doesn't? Right. And then some of these guys he faced in the playoffs, these guys are legit edge rushers.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is at
he certainly looked like a shell of himself.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at the defenses that the Patriots did face on the way to the Super Bowl. Was it the second, fourth, fifth, and sixth best ranked defenses in the league? And I think Seattle came in as the sixth. They looked anything but the sixth. They looked like the best coming in. So Pat, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll finish up with some Patriots, and we'll get into spring training has begun. You got an interesting college baseball note from what happened last night as college baseball kicked off their Division I season as well. Kind of a interesting stat for a particular player. So, and if you want to join us in the cheap seats, give us a call, 401-766-1240 on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com. We'll be right back.
Since 1948, their motto has been to give every customer the very best in quality service, as well as attention to detail. And that promise continues today at Michaud's Auto Body, a modern 5-stall facility with the latest in technology. Whenever you have time, please check their website at MichaudAutoBody.com and take a short video tour of their modern facility. It's very interesting. Michaud's Auto Body on Privilege Street, Woonsocket, a second-generation family business. 769-1983.
When you install a garage door, don't forget the safety factor. Woonsocket Door Sales suggests you visit their website at woonsocketdoorsales.com and read about all the new technology available to make your garage and your home safe. In addition to your vehicles, your garage may store valuable tools and equipment. It may also have access to your home. Their website also features a variety of designs and comments about satisfied customers. Woonsocket Door Sales in Cumberland, 767-3448. They install, repair, and service all types of garage doors for commercial and residential.
State Line Service and Tire Center is a full-service vehicle maintenance and repair center, including computerized engine analysis, wheel alignment, emission testing, exhaust, and more. Their ASE-certified technicians use only quality parts to maintain your manufacturer's warranty. Regular maintenance is important. Remember to check your tires for pressure and wear. If you need tires, State Line will shop for you to get the best possible price, and they welcome any questions you may have about maintaining your vehicle. State Line Service and Tire Center at 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket at the City Line. 765-0146.
ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, along with Pat Holland. And Pat, your thoughts on Crosby from the Raiders, who expressed an interest before the Super Bowl, wanting to play for Mike Vrabel and the Patriots. Any way that can happen, do you think? I mean, that would be incredible.
I'd take it. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. It's part of the whole
It's
rebuilding, nice. Right? I mean, that would be a huge piece for the defense if they can get him. That would be incredible. Take a good defense and maybe even make them elite.
I mean, they got production out of a few guys, and I think you can't really count on that same production year over year. So, to get a piece like the Crosby would be huge.
And I'll be curious to see what happens now with Christian Gonzalez. He's going to command the big bucks in the offseason. And this is one of the things that Belichick did do very well. He was able to keep guys in-house for lesser money. I used to always say if he allotted $10 million for a specific position, he would give his number one guy like $4 million, his number two guy $3 million, and his number three guy $2 million, where other teams would give $9.5 million to the number one and have no one in reserve. How's Vrabel gonna get Christian Gonzalez, who right now is at the top of everybody's cornerback list, to be almost cap friendly? So they can make it work and hold on to him.
It's not. They're going to have to sign him. He's going to be the highest player in the NFL.
So then the risk is, remember, he was even hurt in training camp. So the risk there is then you have no depth at that position because of the salary cap. I mean, I guess. This will be Vrabel and Kraft's issue, more Elliott Wolf, more than our issue. But
they got a lot of good play from their rookie. Woodson played phenomenal this year. Gal, draft pick, so it's going to have to do that. Like, who's young,
right?
Walk away.
Yep,
he's going to get 160 easy.
Yeah. Wow. Well, they who knows if Diggs will be back? He was in court yesterday. He's got his next court hearing in April. Barmore is coming up, and just on the surface, it looks like Barmore's is just a little bit more serious, based on just what evidence. If you believe everything you read in the papers, there's more evidence against Barmore than there is against Diggs. So we'll see. And I do think back on the offensive side of the ball, I keep talking about the line. They need either someone needs to step up and be the number one receiver, and I don't know, but I don't know if he's on the roster right now. I don't think Diggs is. I think Diggs is fine as he is as a 2 or a 3. Butte, Kyler Williams, Mac Hollins, they're not ones. What's that?
Yeah, they're all complementary pieces. Yeah, they don't have a true one
right. And then
skilled guy.
Even at the tight end position, yeah, and at tight end, Hunter Henry is very good, though I thought he had a few more drops near the end of the year that I would have liked, but I would bring him back if possible. Austin Hooper is up. He's a free agent again, but he's a little bit older too. So, you at least need depth at that position as well. So there's some things that they're going to have to really look at. What's that?
Henry would be a guy that a cap-friendly deal.
Right.
Today, which at this point in his career, he probably would.
I would think so. After what they did this year, and Henry's been with them for the last couple of years to see the progression of the team back to almost elite status. I think you're right. I think Hunter Henry might sign a deal to stay. He seems to have a good rapport with Drake May as well. So I think that might be good short-term contract that he would be willing to take with them. So. All right. If you have any thoughts on the Super Bowl, give us a call. 401-766-1240. Join Pat and I in the cheap seats. But, Pat, I just wanted to pivot really quick. We haven't talked much NBA on the show just because you and I are both hockey guys. Obviously, the Patriots, a lot of football, baseball, spring training started out. But I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on the All-Star game is tomorrow. And they keep, and I'll give the NBA credit, they keep trying different things, more not to get the fans interested, but to get their own players interested. And what they've done tomorrow is they have 2 United States teams. One's called the Stars, one's called the Stripes. One team is younger stars, one team is older stars, and they're going to play an international team. And they're going to play a round robin of 12-minute games. And the 2 teams that come out of the round robin with the best record will play a 12-minute championship game. If there's a tie, they go off on points or point differential as well. Do you think, just really quick, do you think the players and all the fans buy into this format?
No.
No?
I don't think so. At the end of the day, it's going to be an offensive production, right? There's no defense being played. It's in the NBA, at least when the NHL went to that type of different format, they were still playing for something. There was a lot of pride at stake. Those guys just bred a little bit differently. It's more of a, celebrity all-star. It's just all about that at this point.
Well, the game's in LA as well this week. So, speaking of your celebrity all-stars, there's going to be all celebrities along the line. So, you think it's just going to be just another version of the offensive explosion with no defense?
Yeah, 3 teams just putting up as many points as they can.
Right, with no defense. I give them credit for trying different formats, but without the buy-in from the players to at least play a semblance of a game, it just reverts back to the same old. So
exactly.
And I did hear this news on Jason Tatum today. They are flexing the March 1st game. The Celtics versus the Sixers on March 1st has been flexed into prime time as for the NBC Sunday night basketball schedule. It's going to be an 8 o'clock game as opposed to a just a regular afternoon game. They moved it to here. Now the rumors are out on Tatum. Is this his big welcome back game? It's been very strange on Tatum. You hear the reports. He's practicing 5-on-5. He's practicing with the Maine Celtics. He's practicing in all the drills, taking part in all the shooting. But then when he is asked about his return, he's like, "Oh, well, we'll wait and see. I'm not really sure, day by day." So it's like his words do not match up with the actions. I don't know if you've had a chance to follow the Tatum thing much these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think they're just being cautious, but the fact that he's practicing with the main team, gives a little bit more security that they're going to try to get him ready to come back for some sort of game action, and they wouldn't risk having to play practice. I think he was scheduled to play in the game shortly.
I mean, nothing has been announced officially on Tatum. Yeah. Everyone's been kind of coy. You listen to the talking heads up in Boston. They're trying to figure everything out trying to read through the lines on Tatum, which you can't do. But the weird thing is, kind of like how we talked about the Patriots at the beginning of the year, 7, 8, wins, 9 wins, and they advance. Well, all of a sudden, the Celtics are number 2 in the Eastern Conference when everybody said, well, if they can hang around 500, maybe make a playoff appearance and then get Tatum back for the playoffs, maybe they can do a little bit of a push. They sold off, or traded off lots of pieces from last year's team and the previous year's team. They were not expected to do this well. And they've even, Sean Grandy, the voice of the Celtics, has even called it a gap year. And now they're in second place in the Eastern Conference, a legitimate, Final Four, if not a championship contender. And Tatum, and this, we discussed it briefly last week as well. Tatum has said, I don't know how I fit in with the team chemistry, which just boggles my mind that a top 5 player, top 10 for sure, but a top 5 player in the league doesn't know how he fits in with a first place or second place team on chemistry. It's I compared it to if David Pasternak's coming back from an injury, you're putting him out there on the first line and you adjust the second, third, and fourth lines to make sure that David Pasternak is back. If Tatum can get back here, get him in there. And Jaylen Brown's having a great year, but share the ball or whatever they got to do to go win another championship. I don't see how infusing a top 5 player in the league is going to be disruptive to team chemistry on a team that could compete for the championship now, where 5 months ago no one thought that.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned if he wasn't engaged. Like he's been around this whole time. I mean, look at Indiana. I don't care. Their big player who's out with injury has been around at all.
Yeah. So
now he's not even being discussed at intern coming back in this season. But Tatum's been there. He's on all of them. He travels with the team if he can. And he's here doing rehab, practicing with the main team. So I don't put a lot of stock in it. I don't know how we're actually. I think they're just playing. Really, don't give anyone any leverage.
Right.
And if he doesn't come back, they don't want it to be a big deal, right? Oh, you practiced all year, you got rehab, and then they didn't bring him back. They could have won if they brought him back.
Oh yeah. Ultimately, I do think he plays. I think he comes back. Yeah. I do think the March 1st game, which is just 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from tomorrow. I think there might be some truth in that. The flex in the game, the league got a little bit of notice. Hey, look, he's 2 weeks away. The league may be vast. And do you think he'll be ready that game? What if we flex it? You think Tatum will because he's got the big enough name throughout the league. Say, okay, so all right, so we'll look for that. All right, so we'll take our final break. When we come back, just a little bit, we'll get into the Red Sox. I'm in the minority. I think I actually like the trade that the Red Sox made this week. We'll get into who that player is, and also if you'd like to chime in, give us a call, 401-766-1240, and you can join Pat and I in the cheap seats here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
Your certified Buick GMC dealer serving drivers throughout Woonsocket and the surrounding areas is Tasca Buick GMC. At Tasca, you'll find a solid selection of new Buick GMC models, as well as a carefully inspected lineup of pre-owned vehicles. They also have a well-connected finance center run by a qualified team of finance experts who can help you get the right loan or lease in a quick, easy, and transparent manner. Tasca Buick GMC, 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Visit TascaBuickGMC.com. Tasca Buick GMC. You will be satisfied.
If you want your yard to be the envy of the neighborhood, then you need to contact Rosato & Sons of Westboro. They've been turning outdoor visions into reality across Massachusetts for more than 37 years. From custom patios, walkways, and outdoor kitchens to low-maintenance water features and landscape lighting. Looking for routine lawn maintenance, irrigation, or seasonal color? Rosato & Sons has you covered. They are a full-service landscaping firm doing it all in-house for unmatched quality and reliability. When you're ready to elevate your outdoor living, visit rosatoandsons.com to request your free estimate. Rosato & Sons of Westboro, where beautiful landscapes aren't an expense, they're an investment.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week, Michael has fresh, grade A, trimmed, boneless, skinless chicken thighs for just $2.49 a pound at Michael's Meats. And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, and joined by Pat Holland at home, recovering very nicely. You see him waving to everybody. So great to have you back, Pat. You got the Cheap Seats shirt, yes. We got to figure out a way to market that, right? And get exactly.
I gotta get a smaller one.
Ah, nice. Yes. Yes, you've lost a significant amount of weight, which is usually a good thing, but you probably didn't want to go about it the way you necessarily did. But
I wouldn't suggest it to anyone.
But it's so glad, thankful to have you back in on the show, and a few more weeks, and then we'll get you back in studio as well. Got a new technology that we're trying out for the first time here today, which will only improve as the weeks go on, which will be super exciting as we get more guests lined up for the show as well, and we can hook them up at home wherever they are in the country. We have yet another new Savannah Banana player that has agreed to from the organization that has agreed to join us in a few weeks in either by phone or maybe by video like this. So which would be great. Awesome. So Red Sox. Pat, we teased it. There was college baseball started last night. No real local, but tell us what happened in this college baseball game.
You know me, I'm not a huge baseball guy, but I just happened to catch this. So Baylor played last night. They beat New Mexico State 8-2. Their first-year player, who I think they got a portal, Titus Armstrong, who came over from, I think, University of Texas at Arlington, he hit 3 grand slams last week. his first game at Baylor. NCAA record. He's only the second.
Yeah. So, and you would text me. So not only does he hit 3 grand slams, so obviously 3 for 4. I'll do the math for everybody. That's 12 RBIs in a 15-2 victory last night. So it just what a way to start! What a way to start your season.
And he's a leadoff hitter.
So obviously he didn't hit a grand slam in his first at bat. So
no, he hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. Wow.
And then he in the third inning, he hit a grand slam. Fourth inning, he hit a grand slam, and then the walk off to
that's just incredible. Actually, I did see it was on Twitter this morning. Seton Hall against Boston College. Seton Hall player hit a home run, and as he was rounding first, some people criticized him because he was celebrating. He was looking back to his dugout. You know, that's what they do now in college baseball. They look back at the dugout and celebrate. But as he was between first and second, his leg collapsed under him, and And actually, I had to read the comments. He couldn't finish the bases, and they did count the home run. I don't know if they put a pinch runner in to complete the bases. I've seen it in softball where it happened, where the other team carried the girl around the bases. The guys were not doing that. Not that I saw. Anyway, all I do know is they did count the home run, but I don't know if somebody actually was able to be inserted or if they just said, look, it's game one of the college baseball season. The poor guy just lost his season on a home run. They counted it. And but that was in the Seton Hall against Boston College game. And if you are...
won that game, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they ended up winning that game. And if you are a college baseball fan, ESPN Plus is, I'd like to thank my son for subscribing to that because I didn't want to pay for it. What's that?
It's the place to be for all those college sports.
Yeah.
On.
College softball started a week ago, college baseball. And if you're itching, with the pitches and catches reporting from baseball, these guys are already playing at baseball and softball at a high level, at the Division I level. Actually, all three levels have now begun, Division I, II, and III. But it's just real good ball. So the Red Sox made a trade this week, and most people probably don't know who this player is. They traded Kyle Harrison, who they picked up in the Rafael Devers trade. They traded Shane Drohan, who's a minor leaguer. They also got rid of David Hamilton. I looked up his stats from last year. He was back and forth between Worcester and Boston all year. Speedy guy, not a great offensive threat. They picked up second-year player Caleb Durbin from Milwaukee. And the thing about him that I like is he finished third in Rookie of the Year balloting last year. I automatically made the leap to Dustin Pedroia because he's 5'7". So he's kind of short like Pedroia. He hit, now I thought I wrote it down, but I think it was 253 for the season. He played about 135 games. So, for a rookie, that's pretty good as they try to, figure, his role. I guess he's really good at third and second base. Can play a little bit of shortstop. Story had a great year last year, health-wise. Can that continue? So he can play some shortstop as well. I like this pickup. What I like about it is he doesn't strike out much. In over 500 plate appearances, he only struck out 50 times last year. And I see him, I don't know how Cora or the team sees him. I see him as a potential two-hitter. I did hear that Cora may want to lead off Roman Anthony again. Get him on with his speed. You get a guy that's going to put the bat on the ball, and Durbin, only 50 strikeouts. It's not bad. You move Anthony along, again, with his speed, and Durbin might be an opportunity to pick up a lot of RBIs this year as well from the two-hole.
Yeah, I not the big sexy move that everyone was looking for.
Oh, no, not at all.
Liked it. I think they didn't give up much to get him.
No.
And I think he came over from the Yankees organization in their trade last year. That's how he ended up in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see what happens. The other, he's 26 years old, so a little bit older. So 25, 26 last year's Rookie of the Year candidate. But in baseball terms, you actually start hitting your baseball prime. That what do they say, 27 to 32. So he's starting to enter that. So that's interesting timing on his part. Is it a sexy pickup? No. Is he from the Milwaukee Brewers and could be just like any other player, as Craig Breslow gets heat for just, making trades with the St. Louis Cardinals, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Chicago Cubs. I did hear a caller to another show to say, what are the Red Sox? Just another NL Central team? It's thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. So it's not exactly big market spending, but I do think this is a good pickup. I do think the Sox are going to be good. If not, I don't think they'll be great. I think, but they'll have a good team next year. But the AL East is a lot stronger as well. So I don't know if there's another trade out there. There's rumors of a trade with the Astros potentially. There's some players out there. But again, these are all rumors, and these rumors have been around since the season ended.
You also like him. He's a T3 college baseball player.
There you go. Hey,
played at Washington University in St. Louis.
Let's go to the phone lines. Pat, we got a call coming in right now. And welcome to the Cheap Seats.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Moose. Say hi to Pat.
Hey, Pat. How you
Good, Moose. How are you?
I'm fine. I trust everything went well.
Yeah, his surgery went great. He is broadcasting from home today and for the next few weeks, but we got some new technology that we're playing around with today. And Pat can be resting comfortably while I do the commute to Woonsocket.
Well, it sounds just fine. The connection sounds great.
Yeah.
No distortion or anything. Great.
So,
Glad to hear it. I've never met you, but hey, I look forward to your comments every Saturday. So, quickly, you guys are talking about the Sox.
yep.
And were you particularly talking about the third baseman Durbin?
Yeah, it's. I think I'm in the minority, but I actually kind of like the trade. I think a lot of people didn't like it just because they don't know him. It's just another NL Central team that Breslo's been dealing with in the off season. But he was third of the year, third in Rookie of the Year balloting. He hit in the 250s, and I'm old school, probably like you, Moose. I'm sick of the strikeouts, and these guys that strike out 170 times a year, I'm just not a big fan of. And when I looked at his stats, he only struck out 50 times last year in over 500 plate appearances.
You know, you look at the nucleus of this team, and they got a good. I think they got a good projecting lineup here for them, and a lot of experience. And I kind of agree. I think they're going to have a good season because they got a solid staff.
Right.
And that's important with Crochet and
Yeah, Bayo's all of a sudden the number 3. Sonny Gray. Yeah.
who's the other guy? I got a middle block.
Whitlock. Well, he's going to be coming out of the bullpen. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong with us?
Yeah, exactly.
They picked up from Philly, right?
Who's that? What's that, Pat?
The pitcher they picked up from Philly?
Yeah.
Washington?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to look it up right now.
I can't look it up because
Ranger Suarez. There it is.
Suarez.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And he's got some good numbers, and you know, they still got. Do they still have Chapman? Yes, right.
Yeah, they do. They still have Chapman.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff went down during the off season, but still, I'm sure there's going to be more.
Right.
But they got I think they got a good nucleus.
They have a good
These
nucleus.
Boston writers, these guys are bad. You know this Maz and Felga show?
I've heard of it.
Always trashing the Red Sox. It doesn't matter what they do. For crying out loud, they could have a lineup loaded with judges and the top 5 hitters, the top 5 home runs a year, and the elite pitchers, and they'd still find a way to trash them. It's unbelievable that they're brutal with the Sox.
The only point I'm not. Go ahead, Pat.
That's their stick, right? That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Had a little trouble with hearing you there.
Oh, he was just saying that's their shtick up in Boston. That's that's what they do to fill the time to rile people up. That's what
all the time.
doing.
They do it constantly.
But one of them did say though, and I'm not sure which station it was or which show, but one of them did say, "Look, the Red Sox will still be good. He just wanted them to be better." And by getting Alonso or Bregman or whatever.
It's just that particular program.
Yeah.
Evan, it's Felger and Maz. I like Zolak and Bertrand. I like that show. They're to the point. But that pair over there with Felger and Maz, yikes. They're treacherous. But anyway, great Olympic hockey. I tell you, I sent you an email. These boys, they're amazing. They're just amazing. These girls too. Oh my God.
Yeah. No.
God, they're so gifted. Can they skate?
I was talking to somebody recently, Moose, and Pat, you'll probably agree with this as well. 10, 15 years ago, watching women's hockey, it just really seemed like a much noticeably slower paced game. And the talent now, especially on USA and Canada, but some of the other things, it is just...
And they skate.
They are fast.
You're right. Years ago, it looked like they were skating in slow motion. So
right. They really increased their level. So it's...
But I have one more comment. I know you're getting short on the show. Is that between periods yesterday, between the USA and Italy, I don't know who it was that was commenting on the USA Network, but it was some big girl, probably an ex-hockey player. She looks like she took on Hulk for crying out loud. She was huge. And after the first period, which USA dominated, says, well, both teams are playing pretty well. I'm saying, what game are you watching? I said, the Italians are under siege.
Yeah.
And they were. Halfway through the period, it was 34-2 shots on goal. The Italians are playing well.
No, they were holding their own, but the goalie played, as Pat just mentioned, played well, and they were
holding their own, but they had no offense. When I'm saying in general, the whole offense and defense. Of course, the goalie was keeping them in the game.
Right.
They had no offense. They had no skaters. They can't see you playing pretty well if you can't get. They went head manning the puck out of the zone.
Right.
They couldn't. The wingers were always in the defensive position next to the goalie. They get the puck and they flip it out of the zone. What's that?
Yeah.
That's not cohesion.
No,
to say the least.
No, they're just behind right now. They got the automatic draw because they're in Italy as a host team, so they get a team in there, and so they're behind, and they're learning right now. Sweden is probably catching
How does
up
that
a
work?
little
Are
bit.
they still in the bracket? Have they been eliminated since they lost? Or
That eliminated. USA advances to the semifinals now in women's hockey, and then the men's has a game, I believe, today and tomorrow to close out their round robin play of their 3 games.
I think it's today, Kevin.
Okay, so
probably at 3 o'clock, something
3
like
o'clock.
that.
Yeah, so
all these games are taking place at 9 or 10 o'clock over there. At
exactly.
Night.
Yeah, so we don't have to stay up late.
Just reported that Kevin Fiala, who plays for the Kings,
and what's that?
Kevin Fiala, who plays for the LA Kings.
Yes,
out for the season injury in the Olympics. Surgery this morning.
Yeah, so you're starting to get the injury. So, all right, Moose.
You're breaking up a bit, but I'm glad you're feeling well, and look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, Moose. Have a great weekend.
You as well. Bye.
All right, bye. Mighty Moose joining us, and Pat just mentioned an LA King player out with the Olympic injury. That will not deter any NHL player, though, from participating in the Olympics or 4 Nations or whatever international event that they have going on. So, one last Red Sox note: they quietly did this, Pat. I don't know if it was right after they made that trade for Durbin or what, but Tanner Houck on the 60-day injured list. That was just a little quiet move there. He was hurt last year. You just assume that these guys are going to come back, and I'm not sure what's going on with Houck. But to slide him to the 60-day, that's big. I mean, that's March. That's April and May. I mean, we're talking Memorial Day at the earliest that he would come back, assuming. I mean, he's going on almost a year being hurt now. So after appearing in the All-Star game 2 seasons ago,
had surgery at the end of the season.
I got to look it up. I'm not sure because he just kind of disappeared when he got hurt.
I think they ended up shutting him down, and he ended up having surgery at the end, toward the end of the season.
Okay, so I'll have more information on that next week.
One other note.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but the Woo Sox have a family plan out there right now. It's $199, and you get 4 standing room tickets at any game. And obviously, you have to register for the games, but essentially, any game you want to go to all season, $199 for 4 people from your family.
Wow,
it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, well, and we'll have to make a connection with Bill Wanless from the Woo Sox. It's almost that time of year anyway to get Bill on, promote everything that's going on, not only with the Woo Sox but at Polo Park anyway for the upcoming season. So, all right, well, hey Pat, that's just about do it for our show today. So, welcome back. Loving the new technology, and it's only going to get stronger and better, and it's such a cool opportunity for future guests as well to be able to join us this way, and then people can call in and talk to the guests as well while they're on with us. So, all right, so Pat, have a great week. we'll talk soon. What's that?
Thanks for putting this all together. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And big thanks to Dave Richards, the owner of WON. We want to thank you for joining us this week in the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSocketRadio.com. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week.